I know, baby. Mummy knows. I'm so sorry. I wish this could all be better.
A mother, homeless, with 3 children under the age of 5. How did it come to this?
He just said someone will call me tomorrow.
Amid her phone calls for help, her eldest asks to go home.
I don't know.
But now this is home, the streets of London. We weren't sure she'd want to be identified when we met Danielle in this park in South London. They used to have a council house, but had to move out because Danielle faced threats of violence. Initially, the borough paid for her to have temporary accommodation elsewhere, but then...
I got a call to say they can no longer fund my accommodation where I'm at, as the police have said that it's not safe no longer to return back to Southwark, so they don't owe me a duty of care.
She said she sent an email. Check that phone.
Southwark emailed Danielle with a letter which said, present yourself to another local authority homeless person unit to seek rehousing outside of Southwark. This is on the grounds of personal protection for you and your children.
The other councils are just turning their back on me, saying it's not their duty of care to house me, it's Southwark's duty of care to house me, and Southwark are coming back saying it's not their duty of care to house me, it's any other borough that I approach to house me. So we're just going round in a loop. But in the meantime, me and my children are homeless and nobody seems to care.
The landlord said Southwark had stopped paying. He gave her 24 hours notice, then changed the locks. As we sat on the bench, the Southwark housing officer called, confirming that despite her being on the streets, they would not extend the temporary accommodation.
They should not understand that. Then where am I going to go with the kids? I have nowhere to go. I blame them all.
She's starting to regret reporting the threats of violence to the police. It's left her homeless. At this point, it's around 3 p.m.
They're not extending the temporary accommodation. I've got nowhere to go.
It's hard to imagine someone more vulnerable, a 21-year-old at risk of violence, care leaver herself, mother of 3. If she's falling through the net, who is it catching?
No, I don't care at this point. I'm just at the point where I don't care.
Things only changed after we called Southwark's press office. She's going to have accommodation tonight.
Okay.
Late afternoon, she was told she could return to her temporary accommodation.
Bye.
Yes, go in. Now in a safe place, Danielle was happy to speak on camera and reflect on what happened.
To sit there and tell a 4-year-old little girl, we can't go home because we don't have a home, that's very upsetting as a mum, because I brought her into this world to love her, protect her, to give her a home, and me being a mum and telling her I can't do that right now, it breaks my heart.
While Danielle was on the streets, she took her child for a routine vaccination and was flagged with Children's Social Services. That adds worry.
But I know I am a good mum, and I don't care what people have to say about me. Yeah, the doctor might have thought my nails were dirty or I looked not like a normal person, but she has to understand I have nowhere to go that day. I have no keys to nowhere, and I'm living out of a black bag in my granddad's shed, so what do you expect?
Yeah. The problem is councils have run out of homes. In Southwark, nearly 18,000 people are on the borough's waiting list, treble the figure of 5 years ago. And while many councils only spend 1% of their budgets on temporary accommodation, for some it's climbed to 20%, a huge chunk of council money going to private landlords. Southwark Council told us this has been a very distressing situation for Danielle and her children, and I hope she is at least relieved to be in safe accommodation now. We will be working to resolve her housing situation permanently and continue to support her until that happens. But the council she's applying to told us they think the issue is still being dealt with by Southwark.
These are all my little Christmas bits, which I'm going to do with the kids when we eventually have a home.
Do you think you'll have a home by Christmas?
No, I really don't know. No, I don't think I will. But they have told me I'm not going to be here for Christmas, so I don't know where I will be. I just hope it's not on the street.
Councils want more secure, longer-term government funding so they can build more homes. But with more children than ever living in temporary accommodation, this is a chronic national problem that will take more than one Christmas to solve. Jason Farrell, Sky News.